Ooh, welcome, man. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Real quick, this is a, I don't know, 2015, 2014 maybe, Chrysler Town and Country. Wow, look at the miles. Whoa, I can feel it, guys. I can feel a rough idle or a miss. Remember, guys, those two are similar. Okay, yes, they can feel the exact same thing. Now, the computer is good about catching a secondary ignition misfire, even though secondary ignition parts are not monitored. Okay, a computer have no way of knowing if an injector coil put out the right amount of spark. Okay, it has no way of knowing if an injector spray pattern is good. Okay, now it can, however, monitor, power supply to said parts, but it really have no way of knowing if that coil put out the right amount of spark. All right, on the primary side, it can do what it's supposed to do, but the physical coil, the computer have no way of knowing. Now, it can detect, however, if the system is running what we used to call rich or lean, okay? Because doing that, even with that piece of information, the computer would try to compensate for other things by adding or subtracting other things. So the computer has a big job, guys. Now, history on this van, what I was told, just left another shop. Man, it's you might can see the steering wheel shaking. They just put spark plugs, coil, y'all know the drill, my car running rough, missing parts, all right? And they even went in and did, I want to say rocker arms, because, yeah, I guess they call around, and a lot of shops, a lot of mechanics were telling them rocker arm would cause that. Yes, rocker arms will cause that, okay? And don't get me wrong, but even if somebody's suggesting stuff to you, you still need to verify, guys. All right, don't just put rocker arms because somebody said, yeah, the last one I had, the rocker arms was bad. So you go replace all the rocker arms, and here we are, we're still with the same problem. Now, my job is to find out what the problem is. But I'm going to tell y'all right off the bat what I'm going to do. Forget all the nonsense and the foolishness. I am going to run, wow, I don't even have to test drive this car, guys. I can feel the rough idle. I'm not going to even test drive this car. I'm going to take it in the shop, and we're going to do what we call a compression test. Now, the problem cylinder, what I was told, was cylinder 2. So I guess they're getting some counting. Some scan tools can monitor which cylinder is misfiring. All right, so I guess they're getting some activity in cylinder 2. Now, let's just hypothetically say, this is a history on this 3.6. Let's just say valve is burnt. All right. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. That should show up on a compression test. So I'm going to do a compression test and base my diagnostics around there. If it's a valve burnt, or if I'm getting low compression, guys, we're going to have to get a cylinder head. All right, we're not allowed to fool with this head, rebuild this head, try to attempt repair on this head. Not even send the head out. We're not allowed to do nothing on this head except replace it. All right, so that is what I'm talking hypotheticals right now. I won't know anything until I test it. That's what I'm about to do. So y'all want to come along with me? Hang tight. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna take a quick break, grab some tools, and I will be right back.
Alrighty, guys. Let's go take a look at some things, guys. Now, off camera, I was monitoring misfire, and yes, guys, I can see activity going on. Misfire counters in cylinder 2. All right, so this is the problem child cylinder right here. This is bank 2 right here. So you're gonna have 2, 4, and 6 up here, and 1, 3, and 5 back there. So what I'm gonna do is remove the intake. That's the only way you're gonna gain access to the spark plugs. In order to remove the spark plugs, in order to perform a compression test. That is what I'm about to do. I see activity in cylinder 2. Like I say, guys, everything has been replaced on here. I think they even put injectors on here. I don't know, but everything secondary has been swapped over, moved around, everything. So it almost have to be an internal problem. But I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to verify. And that's what I highly suggest that you do if you face with a similar situation, okay? Because it is embarrassing. being wrong. Trust me, I've been there. All right. In some cases, you have no choice. That's why a lot of techs likes to use this term "start here," but a lot of starting has already been done. So I'm left with the daunting task of finding out what's exactly wrong with it. So guys, let me grab my tools, my compression gauge. We're gonna get some of this stuff off. Look, they didn't even put nothing. All right, we're in for a long day. I can tell already. Stay tuned, guys. Alrighty, guys. As you can see, I have all the spark plugs out, getting ready to perform a compression test. Guys, these are new. They was just installed. Guys, heads up about compression. You want to make sure you do all the cylinders so you have something to compare them to. Yes, I'm aware I have a problem in cylinder 2, but I will not just do a compression test in cylinder 2. All right, I need something to compare it with, so I recommend you do the compression test in all the cylinders. Now, because I have no coils in here, likely the ignition system is disabled. I mean, you're not going to spark anything because the coil is just setting up. Had that not been the case, I'd have been hunting down the fuel pump relay of some sort to disable it from starting. All right, let's do cylinder 2 first. All right, now guys, there's a big discrepancy on about how many revolutions you should spin this over. My take on that is 5 or more, but make sure you do the same number on each cylinder. Like if you're gonna do 5 on 5 or 6 or whatever have you, just do the same number on the remaining cylinders. Okay. All right, let me get this in here. All right, go ahead. All right. How many was that? All right, give me 6. Yeah, go. All right. Man, only 90, guys. That's not good. Hold on, let me switch cylinders. Only 90. That is not, that's a bad sign. And that's cylinder 2, guys. So let's do cylinder 4 right quick. All right, go for it. Hold on. Go for it. All right. We got 120. Let me do one more. All right, we're going to cylinder 6, guys. So we do have a problem with cylinder 2. It's internal, guys. All right, they've already replaced rock arms, spark plugs, injectors, all kinds of stuff. All right, go for it. All right, appreciate it, man. There you have it, guys. We have low compression in cylinder 2. All right, now yes, I'm gonna do 1, 3, and 5. I had to let my helper go. He got work to do, but my problem's here in cylinder 2. So all I gotta do is perform teardown, remove the valve cover. I'm actually have to remove the head because I'm suspecting it's maybe a burnt exhaust valve. And I'm suspecting that because I see this problem all the time. But you may not have never seen this problem, so that's why I want you to go through the actual test. Okay, where you should go from here, had you not been familiar with a situation like this, is remove the valve cover. From there, you inspect the valve train, because guys, a valve could be hanging up. If you don't see anything wrong with valve train, you have to go further. You have to go as far as your diagnostic will take you until you find the root cause. I, however, am concerned with the exhaust valve seat, so I'm going to end up taking the head off. All right, that will be my teardown. I have to sell teardown, and they pretty much approved it, so I'm about to yank this head off right now. I cannot film that part, guys. I apologize, but I think I have videos out there removing the cylinder head, especially bank 2. In fact, I do. I'll even show you a shortcut. It was on a Jeep, but it's the same situation. It was a rear wheel drive car, but the engine was turned sideways. Same situation, guys. So let me get this head off. I've sold teardown time. They already got it pre-approved. I just want to go through the steps with you guys because
like you guys, my subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. All right, guys, I got work to do. Let me get this head off. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.